The engines are fired, the grandstands are full, and one of the sport's most iconic venues is ready to deliver. Welcome to ERX Motor Park, where horsepower meets precision. The dirt is prescription. Every lap demands one's best, and every track feature has the potential to change the outcome of the race. Today, the best off-road racers in the world are chasing victory on one of the most exciting tracks in the championship. They've been looking forward to it. You've been looking forward to it. This is short course at its best. This is Haley Shanley, and welcome to the ERX Off-Road National, rounds 7 and 8 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. Today, the world's best short course racers battle a big track that's also unforgiving. For a preview, let's check in with our announcers, Brent Smith and Shane Stetsney.
There's something about this track where it does not like the drivers. We've seen sportsman and pro side of things, drivers just fighting their cars and trucks all the way around this racetrack. It's going to be a challenge for them to battle the track as much as it is for the drivers to battle one another.
You have to be ready and be focused, like I said. You have to put your A game on, and this track is so challenging, so you have to be up on the wheel each and every lap.
In round 7 of Pro 2, things got gnarly early as Ricky Gutierrez and Johnny Holcher tangled in the no-touch zone, and the result was fiberglass fireworks. We're halfway through the season, and Rowdy Ryan Beat is your Pro 2 points leader. Rowdy is also our Yokohama top qualifier as we head to the booth for the race call with Brent and Shane.
The green flag about to start here with the Pro 2s. Here we go, round 8 underway.
Kyle Greaves trying to beat Rowdy Beat to the inside down into turn 1.
Look at Milhausen opening up the door a little bit.
Yeah, Holcher went wide, and then Rosales came in and gave a little shot to Travis Milhausen Jr. Milhausen, at least for the moment, able to escape in third. Then he goes sideways and goes all the way around.
Yeah, there's just not no grip there early. He just turned himself a 180, and he'll have to go back to work as we're riding above John Holcher. There's Ryan Beat already.
Yeah, Ryan's exploring that outside through turn 3, already searching a little bit. We'll see drivers make all kinds of choices with those split lanes throughout this race. Holcher trying to run down Ryan Beat as they go to the top of CF Moto USA Hill.
Yeah, Ryan Beat got a little squirrely there up on that top side. Now we go back up front, clicking off the first lap. Kyle Greaves taking off where he left off in round 7. He was hard to catch.
Yeah, he was a rocket ship in round 7. Starting to really pick up some momentum as this season goes on. Ryan Beat able to get away a little bit from Johnny Holcher. Everybody still being really careful as Kyle Greaves overcooked it in turn 2, able to get back on the throttle.
And that's why Ryan Beat was playing that inside line. He found the dry line down on the bottom. He was hoping not to make any contact. As you see Kyle Greaves.
Big run here by Holcher coming up Yokohama Tires flyaway. Starting to tighten up among our top 3 as we will come to the halfway point here in Pro 2. Kyle Greaves able to hold on. He is the leader here at halfway.
Looks like Ryan Beat might have a front right tire going down.
Yeah, I saw you taking a good hard look at it, and I see it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully we can get another close look at that right front on Ryan Beat's truck.
Yeah, it's definitely lost a lot of air.
Let's go back and take another look. Here's a good shot at it. You can see the sidewall is folded right over. So a right front tire going down for Ryan Beat. You just hope that his spotter let him know. You'd think that he would have tried to get that changed here at the halfway point. Rosales 4th at the break, and for more on the Cuban Missile, let's check in with Haley. She's trackside.
Well, for the most of this Pro 2 field, these guys are looking for redemption from yesterday's round 7, and one of those drivers is Jacob Rosales, and that was so highly evident in his post-race interview yesterday. He didn't mince words, and he didn't hide the fact that he was so clearly not satisfied with his performance, and this is after a podium. So let that for you illustrate the pressure he puts on himself, the expectation that continues to rise that he's putting on himself because he's earned to be in that position. He keeps moving the bar upward, and that is what I like from what we're seeing from Jacob Rosales on your screen, that number 31. We'll see what he does with the second half.
That's going to put Rosales back in a podium spot on this restart. Pro 2 Part 2 underway. Now Holcher goes to work on the back bumper of Kyle Greaves. Millhausen's really the wild card out of this group. Not trying to be in the points battle, only running a partial schedule in Pro 2.
Man, they are so committed to that bottom side in that 180. They don't want to do anything but go to the bottom. As here comes Jacob Rosales now trying to hunt down Johnny Holcher. There goes Rowdy Ryan Beat. He's going back out of the pit, so they got that tire change.
Yeah, now the hope and the wish for Ryan Beat is maybe another caution comes out and he can have a clean shot at pushing his way back toward the front.
Yeah, he's going to pick up whatever he can, especially after that flat tire change. Johnny Holcher looking to the inside of Greaves. Nothing there. Greaves still maintaining that position. Man, he's been so fast.
Yeah, he brought his A game to ERX Motor Park for round 7 and 8. Greaves just a couple tenths of a second at a time, starting to pull away now from Johnny Holcher. Nice bounce back for Holcher, though, involved in that incident with Ricky G yesterday.
Yeah, that hurts not scoring any points. Trying to get as much as he can. Oh, they both get tank swapping over through that rhythm section.
Yeah, it's starting to get really treacherous through the split lanes. Lucky neither of those drivers ended up with a flat tire after all that side load on those wheels.
Yeah, it's hard to see from our camera view, right, how deep those holes are and the rocks on this track.
This was starting to creep in a little bit on our top two. Rosales starting to find some speed late.
Yeah, Rosales is charging really, really hard. As we're going to have the white flag coming out this time by. 1 lap to go for Kyle Greaves. The doors are starting to come off the side of that truck. It's just fiberglass though, Shane. There's nothing wrong there.
Oh, Holcher a little bit wide. Tagged the K-rail with his bedside. We'll see, it was really rough the last time they went through the split lane. I wonder if either one will decide to go to the other side.
Yeah, John, he had to try something. He went to the outside. Going to see if he can make up some ground. He's hoping for one little bobble out of Greaves here.
Yeah, that time Greaves was a lot quicker. Holcher still with a chance. He'll try to rail the outside, stay in the throttle.
Well, they might be side by side here. Look at this.
Door up and over the Yokohama flyaway. Holcher set up to the inside. Greaves trying to cross him up. He'll try to cross him up one more time and get back down to the bottom.
Greaves hits that tractor tire and costed him right there.
A last lap pass makes the difference. Johnny Holcher takes the win here in round number 8. Still a very strong weekend for KGB, a first and a second.
And then here's the big pass here. Johnny Holcher went to that outside of the split lane, made that drive through the air, a little slide job, a little bump pass. Did what he needed to do to make it to the top of the box here this afternoon.
Johnny, last lap pass, congratulations on this win, first and foremost. We know Kyle was up against some adversity, but you were right there challenging before that happened. So can you break down how you navigated that final lap and ended up here?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the second to last lap, I seen Kyle making a mistake in the split lane, and I followed him and made the same mistake. So coming to the white flag, I was like, well, if he takes it, I only got one shot, and that's go to the outside, and that's what I did, and it played out. So, but it was a fun race. You know, I've been racing with Kyle for forever, and we always have fun together out here.
Congratulations. That is Johnny Holcher for Team Yokohama, winner for Pro 2 in round 8. Up next, the AMSOIL Pro side-by-side class is on point. After a strong performance in round 7, Can Jeb Boodle complete a sweep at ERX? Our top qualifier in the AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side class, Andrew Carlson. ERX is his home track, and he knows how to get around here today.
As we'll see if he can get it done at his hometown track. As we're about ready to take the green flag here in Pro Side-by-Side. Here we go.
Really great launch there by LaCroix. He's going to lead everybody down into turn one, and Van Carlson just about clipped his rear bumper. Everybody's starting to spread out right away and just trying to find a little room. Carlson going way to the high side in turn two, and look at Boodle creeping down the bottom. Wow. We got a 2-for-1 deal, and Jeb Boodle is going to at least lead for the moment going through the split lanes.
Yeah, just being patient there in that 180, that's what you have to do. You can't just force anything. The seas parted for him. And he took that lead over early as CJ Greaves trying to follow him through the door.
A couple of players is making some early moves as they head for the CF Moto USA Hill for the first time. Carlson puts a wheel in there on LaCroix. He will fall back in line. Nathan Wolf in the top 5 as well here with 1 lap in the books and a long way to go in Pro Side-by-Side.
Yeah, CJ Greaves running in that runner-up spot. There goes AC once again down to that bottom side. He ran out of real estate as they head in the back section here. Jeb Boodle getting out front early where he wants to be.
Trying to pick up right where he left off in Pro Stock Side-by-Side. Oh, a little contact there between Carlson and LaCroix. It's really narrow through these split lanes. LaCroix moves back to 4th. Carlson now in a podium spot. Anderson going way outside through Talladega turn.
Yeah, he was definitely on the high line in that sweeper. Great to have Ronnie Anderson back in the field. His brother RJ will be in Pro 4 later on today. As AC still digging deep here early. Still out front, little contact there for 4th.
Yeah, Wolf getting into the side of LaCroix a little bit. A couple of Can-Ams doing battle for the 4th spot behind 3 Polarises.
Yeah, watch Wolf. He's going to try to set that up. As LaCroix still maintaining that spot. They both go to that outside lane.
Oh, great check, rubbing up against the dirt berm through the split lanes. Oh, and big trouble for LaCroix. A flat right rear tire, and it's starting to come apart already.
Yeah, that's a little too early for a flat tire. He's going to have to go in and try to get out on the lead lap.
Looks like he's actually going to pull off. I wonder if he thought something was more badly wrong. And look at Truett also having some issues.
Some more bad luck for Truett in that 17.
As we look back up front, I think Carlson might have just spun around on the front straightaway. Yes, he did. Saw just a glimpse of it on our camera view there. Carlson able to gather it back up, but lost a couple spots. That'll put Nathan Wolf into 3rd. Ronnie Anderson now up to 4th. That leaves Greaves and Boodle all alone out front. Let's go back and take a second look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. He just lost a lot of grip there. The front wheels weren't turning at all, so you wonder if he lost front wheel drive. I don't know. We'll have to babysit that car and see where he ends up as CJ Greaves still about 7-8 car lengths behind Jeb Boodle.
Further back, that's the battle for 3rd. Nathan Wolf trying to hold off Ronnie Anderson. Anderson back for this year, running a partial schedule with a brand new car. That's scary. He was fast in the old car.
Yeah, he definitely was, and he's definitely adapting very well. He was giving kudos to his crew that built that car in less than 2 months. Wolf still holding on to that spot as we speak. They both back it into that 180 one more time.
Back up front, Greaves slowly reeling in Boodle. Both of those two staying down to the bottom side through turn 3. And here goes Anderson again trying to run the high side. This time able to run the line that he wanted. Ronnie Anderson able to fly by into 3rd place.
Yeah, he used that big flyway jump to his advantage. Now that NOS energy drink ride, that 52, going to try to hunt down our top 2. As we watch, Jeff Boodle still holding on to that gap, about 4 or 5 cars over CJ Greaves. As our halfway point is starting to creep up upon us.
Yeah, CJ definitely reeling in Jeb. He's not making big gains, but just a couple tenths of a second here and there around this racetrack. See if CJ starts to experiment. Here he goes. He's going to stay to the high side through turn 3.
It's a long way around, Shane, but as you work that outside, he'll keep putting that together.
If you can be perfect on that outside, though, you can pick up a ton of speed.
Boodle not looking back right now, still maintaining that lead by about 2 cars this time by. Time is definitely winding down as we look for that 4th place position battle.
There it is, Anderson trying to work his way back around Andrew Carlson. Nice pass there by Ronnie Anderson. Those two have been back and forth a couple times now. Here goes Carlson, trying to get back down to the inside.
Yeah.
Back to the top of the hill. CJ, they're so evenly matched. This is just fascinating to watch.
Well, they're coming to the white flag this time by. It's go time for CJ Greaves. If he has anything left in the tank, he waited right up until the end.
Oh, and at some point, we lost Nathan Wolf. He's running off the pace now, so Ronnie Anderson has inherited 3rd. And Colton Krajcek got around Carlson, so Krajcek now into 4th.
Yeah, Krajcek moving his way up into the field. CJ Greaves will ride right above him. I just don't think, unless there's a bobble out of Boodle,
CJ stayed down. CJ stayed down on the bottom side this time through turn 3. And it's going to take a miracle here for CJ. He's been close, but Boodle has just been untouchable this whole second half.
Yeah, he's not going to get to him. Jeff Boodle going to get the big win. He's going to sweep the weekend here.
Hard fought 2nd place there for CJ Greaves. Ronnie Anderson crossed the line in 3rd. Back-to-back podium finishes for Anderson.
Jeff Boodle, a sweep on the day. What a solid, more than solid weekend this was. So does it get better than this?
No, I mean, it's just hot. Other than that, it's just awesome. Hot day, it was hard in parts. Things were squeaking and cracking at the end of the lap, so it was just praying and hoping that it was just enough to keep in front of one of the best in our sport. A lot of respect for this guy, a good friend, and like I said, one of the best 10-time Pro Sport champions. So any day you can be in front of him, that's a win.
Still ahead, the hyper-competitive Pro Spec class as we ride along with defending champion Wyatt the Thriller Miller.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt Workwear, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Brunt Workwear, use code OFFROAD10 for $10 off your first order of $60 or more at bruntworkwear.com. By K&N Filters. By Yokohama. And by CF Moto.
Welcome back to AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. In Pro Spec, Wyatt the Thriller Miller is feeling the heat from current points leader Nick Visser and Chris Vandenelzen as our Yokohama top qualifier Draxton Shimmick sets the pace.
Chris Vandenelzen starting on the outside pole. Round 7 winner. Like
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Yeah, he's ready, locked and loaded, and I promise his confidence level is just over the top right now.
Oh.
See Dylan Parsons there as well.
Yeah, no doubt Vandenelzen's confident. 2 in a row this season, but 3 straight here at ERX Motor Park going back to last year.
Well, let's see if he goes 4 for 4 here. Van den Elzen takes off as the thriller Wyatt Miller is going to try to follow him through the door in turn 1.
Yeah, Miller was trying to hug the bottom all the way around. It's just really tough to stay that far down to the inside. Miller's actually going to fall back once again behind Shimmick. Van den Elzen able to keep everybody behind him, at least for the first 2 corners of this race. Miller going to try the outside lane through the split lanes here on lap 1.
Oh, Miller looked to have a better drive, but Draxton Shimmick really got hooked up there on the inside. Miller's going to follow Van den Elzen. Look at Visser already hitting the chalk down in that separator.
Everybody just feeling out this track here on lap 1. Parsons and Visser in the top 5, right behind our lead trio. Van den Elzen opening up maybe a 4 truck length lead already here on lap 1.
Parsons caught that berm. Kind of got him out of shape. We'll have to keep an eye on that right rear and see if he did any damage. Looks to be fine so far.
Yeah, looks like everything's all right for Dylan Parsons in that 99. Look at Van den Elzen disappear into the distance there. Miller is still trying to work his way past number 94 Shimmick. And I think that time Miller might have gotten that run on the outside.
Yeah, this Pro Spec division, it's so equal, right? You're not allowed to change the ring and pinion in the rear of this truck. You can play with the transmission gears. But that's why it's so competitive in this field. This spec class is one to watch.
Shimmick trying to battle back here on Miller, trying to not let him get away. Miller able to close the door once again. Now Visser starting to sneak up on the back bumper of Shimmick. Oh, as Shimmick goes out to the wall.
Big pirouette off
man.
of that berm.
Lucky that nobody else hit him hard. Parsons did get into him a little bit, but Parsons should be able to continue on. A little further back, Hemmer now has her hands full with Dylan Parsons up at the top of CF Moto Hill. Another hard hit there for Parsons on that right rear.
Yeah, you can only do that so many times before it's going to bite you. He's going to have to switch up his line just a little bit. As Van den Elzen still just running that fast line. Wyatt Miller not gaining any ground as we come to the halfway point here in Pro Spec round 8. Van den Elzen's going to get a little bit of a breather. I'm sure he's going to talk to Bob Nash on the headset on this break and just try to diagnose where he can maybe pick up a little bit more as we look back in a replay.
Yeah, this was Draxton Shimmick pushed out a little bit too wide, caught that right rear up on the K-rail, sent him into the catch fence. Rolled over a couple times. Visser barely able to sneak by, and Parsons just barely tapped him, got into him a little bit there. Saw Hemmer get collected as well. That's where Wiedmeyer was able to gain a couple spots. He was able to duck underneath all that carnage. Let's check in trackside with Haley before we see Pro Spec Part 2.
And I look forward to it. Avery Hemmer, of course, one of our local connections here. Her goal this year is to be more assertive, to not back down in situations on track and really meet the moment, be even more aggressive at certain times. But I'm also seeing signs of personal alignment between Avery Hemmer and that truck. The unlock for the podium finish yesterday in round 7 was based on very specific feedback that she gave the team from practice and qualifying. It was transmission related. She didn't like the sound, the feeling, the sensation of what they were working with. She was able to provide very specific feedback to the team.
Yeah, absolutely, Haley, and I agree with you 100% because you have to know your own truck. You have to give that feedback. It helps out tremendously, and you can see the drivers perform better when you're on the same page. It helps out a lot. And here we go. Second half of Pro Spec underway.
4 proven winners up in the top 5, and then the wild card in Wiedmeyer, 4th on this restart. They're already going 2 and 3 wide, headed down into turn 1.
Here comes Nick Visser now.
Uh-oh, Van den Elzen's gonna leave the door open a little bit in turn 2. That was almost an opportunity there for thriller Wyatt Miller to make his move. Miller trying this outside split lane. They are both pretty well chewed up at this point. You see Hemmer getting a little bit out of shape.
Look at Wiedmeyer now going on the inside of Visser. Battle for the lead, though. It's hard to keep our eye off of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to look in 2 places at once. Wiedmeyer and Visser side by side up and over the Yokohama Flyaway. Looks like Visser is going to be able to hold on to that spot. As we look back up front, Van Elsen, again, able to just creep away a little bit from Miller. And look at this, Gavin Plummer is going to shoot around the outside of all the chaos. Plummer now in a podium spot. Has not yet finished on the podium in Pro Spec. As we look back up front now, Miller follows Van Elsen to the outside. Another little tap on the bedside. All those wrinkles on Van Elsen's bedside are from Wyatt Miller over the last couple laps here.
Yeah, Wyatt Miller is just checking up Chris Van Elsen, just letting him know, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here up until the end. As Van Elsen still maintains this top spot so far. Green flag out 2 laps to go this time by.
Miller trying to rattle Van Elsen's cage. We'll see. Miller's going to have to be perfect here through turn 2. He's been getting a really great run on exit.
Yeah, he set it up really, really wide. He kind of dogged the truck there just enough for Van Elsen, as he's going to try that outside lane this final time here in Elk River, Minnesota.
Van Elsen's going to slide over, go back to the outside through turn 3.
Man, just grazing that tracker tire. That's so sketchy going through there.
One last time up and over the Yokohama flyaway. Van Elsen still with a 2-truck length advantage. Here goes Miller shooting down to the bottom. Oh! Big miscalculation. Miller is off the racetrack.
Wyatt Miller, just a bummer deal, crossed over, but Van Elsen's going to be perfect this weekend.
Visser is going to cruise around for second, and Gavin Plummer is going to cross the line with his first Pro Spec podium here in round 8.
Chris Van Elsen, loud fans for you as well. Is it something about ERX, or is it something about this mid-season? It seems like this is where you really ignite.
Yes. No, to be honest, ERX is by far one of my favorite tracks. There's just something about the flow of it that I just love, and the way that things go away with this track is really fun. But man, at the beginning there, I thought I was done. It was swapping back and forth, and I didn't think I was going to recover, and then I just kept pushing forward and just trying to pick things off and run the right lines and try to mix it up a little bit.
Back to the roots of short course racing. It's time for the Pro Buggy class when we roar back to Elk River. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battleground where adrenaline meets the moment. In the Pro Buggy class, finesse meets fury. These lightweight, high-horsepower machines tear across the track with razor-sharp handling and mind-blowing acceleration. Every bump, jump, and turn puts driver talent and racer IQ front and center. It's where precision matters and throttle control is king. No traction aids, small margin for error, just pure off-road racing at its most technical and its most thrilling. This is Pro Buggy.
Pro Buggy's coming out next.
There's a look at Jordan Bernlohr, your Yokohama top qualifier here for round 8. Green flag is out, and Pro Buggy round 8 underway here at the ERX Off-Road National. Great start by Keepers. He is going to be first as they exit turn 1. Gare trying to stay down to the inside alongside Jordan Bernlohr.
Yeah, Tony Keepers with a good jump on the hole shot. There's Steinhardt still trying to hold on to that spot.
Yeah, looks like he's able to get by Chase Gare, so Steiny now up into 3rd. See if he can hunt down the leaders.
Keeper still holding on to the top spot. He's ready to click off another lap.
That interval has been pretty much set in concrete for the last couple laps between those two. Meister still trying to get around Steinhardt on this restart.
Yeah, look at Meister going the long way around. Look at that. He found some grip. It might look a little slower there, but he makes that pass. And look at Steinhardt. He's parked.
Yeah, something went wrong for Mark Steinhardt. He has come to a stop and pulled off the racetrack. Bernlohr once again to the back bumper on Keeper's car.
Just trying to beat him that inside.
He was able to beat him to the spot. Keeper's trying to cross it back up, and Burnmore with the block pass takes over the lead.
Well, we'll see now if Keepers can get this drive down on that bottom side.
He got a good
Flips
run.
a little bit of the berm there.
Had a good run, but bounced off the berm. He's kind of lurking there in the third spot.
Yeah, Meister's not done yet. He wants to try to pick up another spot, maybe two if he can. But like I said earlier, our time clock is starting to run out, and there Michael Meister going into the tracker tire.
He's going to be parked on top of it. Is he going to be able to get free? Yes,
Oh, yeah.
but he's going to lose 3 spots at least in that affair. That puts Cole Burnmore now up into third.
Well, get the broom out for Cole Burnmore. For Jordan Burnmore, actually. Cole's going to end up third, but Jordan's going to get it done again here.
Jordan Burnmore and the family up here back to back. You know, your numbers at this place, your average, it's starting to be more and more untouchable. Does it feel that way?
Oh yeah, honestly, anytime you can be, so this was my 3rd win in a row here, 4th ever here. Anytime you can win that many times at a track, it's incredibly special. But to be able to do it in front of my hometown, my family, my friends, truly nothing makes it that special.
When we return, a behind-the-scenes look at ERX Motor Park, one of the most premier motorsports facilities in the country, adored by fans and drivers from around the world.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt Workwear, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Brunt Workwear, use code OFFROAD10 for $10 off your first order of $60 or more at bruntworkwear.com. By K&N Filters. By Yokohama. And by Polaris.
Welcome back to AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt Workwear. ERX Motor Park is an hour's drive north of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul.
ERX, love this place. It's rowdy, it's tight, it's fun. Good place to come shake off the cobwebs.
Earlier today, fans on the hillside enjoyed an epic race in the Holter Brothers Mod Kart class.
Man, Race Visser's in third for right now. He's got one more turn to go. Can Finley get there? They're going to be side by side. Oh, contact.
Finley's going to go around and almost up and over. Visser able to hold on for third.
In 1600 single buggy, Connor Schultz and Taylor Roloff are locked in a championship battle.
Oh,
boy, he went a little wide.
Yeah, Roloff pushed just a little bit wide. Roloff just about went third to first and one straightaway there.
Jersey Clyde Camp continues to roll with back-to-back Yokohama Hard Charger Awards.
Building up a collection of these hard charger belts. Has a handful of them already. That one was hard fought, had a lot of battles going on those last couple laps. How'd you make those last few passes to win the hard charger?
I was focused on passing grades, and I just kind of went by the other cars while getting to it.
Jersey Clyde your ERX Motor Park, Yokohama hard charger.
And your eyes are set up for that split lane, and we've seen how treacherous it's been all weekend long.
I'll tell you.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at
another.
that. RJ hit that berm as well.
Takes over the lead. Oh,
Raven.
Andrew Carlson calls ERX his second home. Andrew's race shop is part of the compound that's considered one of the nation's premier motorsports facilities.
If you could narrow it down to one thing at ERX over the years, what's your favorite thing about this track?
I would say the dirt and just what it does to the racing. I feel like it rewards the racer that wants to take a little risk and try a different line.
Even Andrew's son, Dallas, is showing early flashes of serious speed behind the wheel.
Dallas, what's your goal for this weekend?
To get first place every race.
To get first place every race? You know what victory lane feels like. It's a good feeling, right? This is Dallas Carlson right here at ERX.
We'll have more from the ERX Off-Road National. It's time for the big show. Pro 4 is next.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt Workwear, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Brunt Workwear. Use code OFFROAD10 for $10 off your first order of $60 or more at bruntworkwear.com. By K&N Filters. By Yokohama. And by Polaris.
Welcome back once again to the ERX Off-Road National. We are AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. This is round 8 of the 2026 National Tour. As always, Shane Stetsny, Brent Smith up here on the call. Brent, we've reached the grand finale, Pro 4, the final race of the weekend, the final race of round 8, the official midpoint of the season as well for Pro 4. What do you have your eyes on in this Pro 4 grand finale race?
Well, I'm looking to see Mickey Thomas really bounce back here in round 8 because he's been so bad fast, right? Had a couple tire issues this year so far, but when that truck finishes, it normally finishes on top. But how can you take away CJ Greaves, Adrian Cheney, and Jimmy Henderson as well?
Everybody trying to chase down the Yokohama top qualifier, CJ Greaves.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time once he's back in the field to lock down that Yokohama top qualifying position. It's going to be some kind of showdown, Shane. CJ Greaves, Mickey Thomas, Jimmy Henderson, Andrew Carlson, your top 4. Listen to the horsepower.
Thomas just off like a rocket on that start. Brought Henderson along with him. Both of those drivers looking to bounce back from some tough luck back in round 7, and they find themselves out front right away. Getting a little bit physical out there between those two.
Yeah, Henderson already opened up the elbows a little bit on that inside line, Shane, so we'll have to see on this drag race. It looks like Henderson might have the advantage on the inside so far.
Carlson hanging right with both of those two. Thomas and Carlson going to the high side through turn 3. CJ fell all the way back to 4th after starting on the front row.
Wow,
they're into one another. They're still getting into one another. That's going to open the door, and Andrew Carlson's going to take over the lead. At least for a moment.
Oh, just for a second, Shane.
Shredded a right rear tire. And now Carlson's going to have to limp all the way around the racetrack to get back into the hot pit.
Tough break for your hometown boy, AC. At least it happened now. Hopefully he can get in there and get it changed. But like you said, it's a long way around.
Hot pits are going to be busy, too, because Adrian Cheney at the tail end of the field also has a flat right rear tire. We look back up front. Thomas trying to pay back the favor there on Henderson. Oh,
Henderson goes over big time.
CJ had to almost come to a stop to not get into him. Everybody's bottled up now. CJ stopped. The other drivers trying to make their way around. Anderson able to get by. And it is absolute chaos. The silent assassin all by himself out front. And Andrew Carlson in second still on that shredded right rear tire.
Man, oh man, the carnage we've had already. Jimmy Henderson coming through that split lane, and I was just wondering, it was just a matter of time when somebody was going to catch that berm.
There goes Carlson into the hot pit. Henderson landed dirty side down, but doesn't look like he is going to be able to get that truck fired back up, and that is back-to-back DNFs for Henderson.
Yeah, not a good weekend as we take another look, Shane, at what happened. Watch him get a little tail happy here. Swap back and forth, and it just caught. Ouch.
Yeah, fortunately, it doesn't look like too much damage done to the truck. That is that soft, sandy section. And then Greaves parks it right next to him. Took a little bit. Greaves was sitting down there trying to get the truck refired.
Yeah, CJ just got stuffed into that berm. He's going to just try to get by his father before this halfway point.
Remember, this is the 3rd time CJ Greaves has been on the racetrack this afternoon. It's hot outside. Temperatures in the mid-90s. The real feel is up over 100 degrees right now. You got to figure CJ is starting to feel a little bit of fatigue. I mean, he's in great shape. Don't get me wrong. He's in the prime of his life. But hey, let's check in trackside one last time today with Haley Shanley.
Thank you, Shane. We know that unfortunately for Jimmy Henderson, the adversity continues. Coming into this race for round 8, it was a matter of resetting, breathing through it, and even a little bit of meditation to help cope with the frustration of what happens when things don't go right. And that's a big component to the battle in short course off-road racing, is responding when things don't go right. You see, the margin between the times on track in practice and qualifying was down to hundredths, in some cases thousandths of a second, especially close here at ERX Motor Park in practice and qualifying. It's also a slim margin for error in the prep. I was told by the team that it could come down to a difference between red Loctite and blue Loctite. It was a maintenance issue actually that had them sidelined due to an issue in yesterday's racing. So unfortunately the adversity will continue, and the story continues for Jimmy Henderson in this round. How will he respond to this?
Yeah, it's just a bummer deal when Henderson went out. A bunch of other guys having some failures, but I don't think anyone is going to touch Mickey Thomas today.
The track's still trying to make it really tough on Mickey. I'm watching him go through that split lane. It's still just a battle for him to keep that truck pointed the right direction.
Yeah, you can't be overdoing it right now if you're Mickey Thomas. You just got to keep running that pace. RJ Anderson still within striking distance, but he's got to hope for a bobble or anything out of Thomas.
I see Cheney still sitting down there on the exit of the hot pit, so it looks like his day is done.
Man, just listen to that truck just screaming through the field. 2 laps to go that time by, I believe.
Yeah, Thomas still pushing the pace really hard.
This is where you said that he was struggling right here, coming through this split lane section.
Yeah, he stayed committed to this outside split lane, and it's been trying to break his truck in half every time he goes through there. Just shoots him off to the left, to the right, and just fighting it all the way through. That time was a little bit cleaner.
Man, that left front looked a little wobbly there when he went off that jump, maybe just a bent wheel. So he's gonna crest this Yokohama Tires flyaway jump one more time, going by 150 mark. His time is starting to run out for RJ Anderson.
White flag is out for the silent assassin, Mickey Thomas. Trying to pick up another win here in Pro 4 this season. First win in Pro 4 came back at Anigo. Picked up another one a couple of weeks later at Crandon, and trying to win at 3 straight stops on the national tour here in round 8.
Yeah, he hasn't looked back all day long, even serving that penalty. Just a stop and go, but it probably was so stressful for him after dominating right away.
One last time over the Yokohama Flyaway. Nice and easy for Mickey Thomas.
The silent assassin just locked and loaded once again this weekend. Checkered flag's gonna fly. Mickey Thomas gonna take round 8 in a dominating way. There's that secret sign. Silent assassin showing up once again.
Just put my head down and try to run a clean race out front. It's a hot day. We got a fast truck. We're winning races this year. It feels awesome. Everybody's putting in so much effort to get me here. I appreciate them so much.
Mickey Thomas earned a hectic Pro 4 win in a race that showcased the punishment ERX offered, sending Jimmy Henderson, Andrew Carlson, and Johnny Greaves to the pits. The Pro 2 race to the championship continues to intensify, with Kyle Greaves and Ryan Beat leading the charge. Our Brunt Fast Lap winner in the truck class was awarded to Andrew Carlson. And the Brunt Fast Lap for the side-by-side classes was turned in by Ronnie Anderson. This is Haley Shanley for Brent Smith, Shane Stetsny, and Nolan Castellian. Thanks for joining us on AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt Workwear on Fox Sports.
They're still making contact. What the world is going on? Anderson goes over big time. CJ had to almost come to a stop to not get into him. Everybody's bottled up. Dead even with CJ down on the inside through